What is up, fight fans? I am Jason Burgos for Sportsnaut.com, and I have the pleasure of being joined by one of the most entertaining and joyous personalities in the entire UFC heavyweight division. In November, he had a Knockout of the Year candidate win in Madison Square Garden. He makes his return to the Octagon on April 16 at UFC Vegas 51, and that man I speak of is the one they call Huggy Bear and Beast Boy. He is the one and only Chris Barnett, Senor Beast Boy. Thanks for the time today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Now, so many questions, though. The first thing I wanted to talk about is life. Has life changed since November? You go into MSG, turn the New York crowd into a Beast Boy crowd, and I know because I was there, and that's crazy because we just saw an example of in Ohio, Matt Brown, the people got real salty when he lost a really close, super good fight. So to do that, beating a New York guy in Jean Vellante is nuts. In New York is crazy. Has that highlight reel moment changed life a little bit? I know the Instagram's blown up. Are you getting stopped on the street more than you maybe were in September of last year? Are the sponsors reaching out more than ever before?
Yeah, man. What's I wouldn't say life in general has changed, but I'll say it's more interviews, like you were saying, more sponsorships, and yeah, actually, yeah, I will say, yeah, more people have noticed, like today in the gym, like normally I work out away from my local gym or whatever, but today I just did a little quick workout this morning and had a couple of people walk up, hey man, I didn't want to interrupt you, but that's all they knocked out. I was like, oh yeah, I appreciate it, man, you know what I mean? But yeah, nah, like I try to keep a tight little circle around me, you know what I'm saying, to keep me humble. Yeah. So as far as like, you know, oh yeah, I went out and bought a Range Rover, I bought a Lamborghini. No.
You didn't do that?
I actually went out and I bought a Mitsubishi Mirage, because this thing gets oh my God, what is it, like 44 miles to the gallon? You know what I mean? So yeah, see, I'm up here, and then it was perfect timing because these gas prices shot to the roof.
Yes,
people are looking around. $70 to fill up, right? I got a little truck also. That's just a little beater work truck. $70 to fill that thing. It cost me $30 to fill this car up, and it's lasted me. We're going on 2 weeks now, and I'm driving back and forth from Atlanta. So that's an hour drive almost, every other day. Trust me, best buy I ever did. So yeah, you ain't gonna see me in no Lamborghini or whatever. I might put a little kid on this thing though, just because it's so. It's like a 1 point something liter engine. It's literally, I pull up, people like, oh, that is so cute. But yeah, man, but yeah, nothing crazy over here. But the only crazy thing I've been watching Bryce Mitchell a lot, and the whole farming thing. Yeah, that's a good way to, the money can come back, type thing too. And then it just looks like it's fun. And I'm the type of person that needs something to do all the time, so that you have to be attentive on that farm, you know what I mean? So I've been looking at, might start with some chickens, and then move into some goats, something like that. Right, but yeah, man, that's definitely crazy change.
And I know how you feel. I mean, not that I'd want to have it, but I still got the same almost 20-year-old bulletproof Civic, and it still helps me with my I had a $45 gas bill. I couldn't believe it was like $25 a year ago, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Smart stuff. Now, along with life changing among fans and stuff like that, the fun thing about like MMA is guys are kind of fans of each other sometimes, like in terms of the fighters. Have you gotten like a new level of respect from your contemporaries at the UFC level where, they are happy to see you, where maybe they didn't a year ago? Has that changed too?
Somewhat. It was weird. I had a post a long time ago. I said, I'm your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, because a lot of the fighters out there, they knew about me. A lot of them, I would go train with the Alistairs, you know what I mean? So if I was at Jackson Wink, I'm seeing all of the big names, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of them knew about me already, but then like, the guys like, actually, no, even before I was signed, yeah, me and Izzy were cool, before I was signed, man. But I with that though, not to say there was a justification behind me getting signed, but yeah, the guys did congratulate me and thank me, you know what I mean, stuff like that, on that UFC fight. On my other fights, I'd have to go to the comments. This one, I was getting the straight deal, from them, so I was like, yeah. But I'll say the top guys that I haven't really been around a lot, they noticed me too now. But nothing. Even if they didn't, I'm still a fan regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if they didn't know about me, I'd run up on them like Cyril Gain in New York. Like, he didn't know who I was, but man, before the fight and everything, I ran up on him. Yeah. I was like, "Hey man, you ain't add me on Instagram." He was like, "I don't know who you are," type thing. And literally that night, he was like, "Okay." Like, as I walked by to do my other interview, he gave me the head nod. He was like, "Yes, sir, brother." And I was like, "Yeah." But yeah, no, yeah, but that's the thing too, though. Being the fighter, I'm always a fan first. You know what I'm saying? So any of those guys that recognize me, I'm gonna fan out.
The thing I really appreciate about you in a sport that can be filled with so much negativity and hate, is your joy, your energy. I must know the source of this joy. How far back does it go in your life? And can you bottle it or make it in pill form to bring joy to the world and the Karens and end Karen and cancel culture? Please, Chris.
I honestly, I wish there was a way to be able to, pill form this, man. But no, like just I think it's more or less I'm accepting the fact that I know I'm human. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of people see that, okay, we get that he's not perfect, but he's trying for excellence. You know what I mean? There's no way to have perfection, but I can try for excellence. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just being a people person too, man. I'm that guy that's if we're at the fights, the staff gets mad at me because anybody that showed up that wanted an autograph, they're getting an autograph. Like you're not gonna pull me away to the bus. I'm sorry, I'll catch an Uber, type thing or whatever. But like, you came out here, you know what I mean? Like, you spent your money, you did this. Yeah. I can sign a piece of paper for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so. But yeah, man. More or less, I think me being I don't know. I don't even know where it came from, really, dude. Like, I look at the glass half full kind of guy, you know what I mean? Like, and then also when people say, why not? I say, they say why. I say, why not? Like, I that mantra and whatnot. But really just, waking up every day, telling myself I can do it, again, I'm human. There's some mornings where I'm like, ugh, you're ugly, I don't want to look at you. We all go through those type of things, but it's being able to accomplish it. And that's what I'd say I'd put my joy on, is that circle that I was talking about. Like, if I am having an off day, I can call somebody and they can hear it immediately. Like, I got one of my best friends, Ben. He he actually Lauren's husband, actually, the one who sets up my email right now. But yeah, I can be in a mood and he'll be like, hey, what's going on there, huh? And I was like, nothing. He can check me real quick and be like, hey, first off, you 30 seconds, hang up and then call me back. And I was like, maybe he's right. You know what I mean? And having somebody that can check you like that, you really dial back and look at yourself like, oh my God, I really was a jerk for no reason. Let me try this again. Hey man, how you doing? He's like, there we go. Let's just, let's start with that, But yeah, man, I think that's where a lot of it comes from, man. Like, I've got my moments that, I'll be grumpy, but there's no reason to, why be grumpy that long? You know what I mean? Why be mad that long? You know what I'm saying? What do they say? Frowning causes, wrinkles in the face, and you use more muscles to frown anyway. So I'd rather, like, why not smile more? Say, but that's what I put that on. Just having a good circle around me, and just honestly looking at the brighter side. There's always a hole or always a light at the end of that hole, But it's tough to see. Sometimes you got to dig. You got to do, got to move some dirt to get to it. But it's always there.
What were you like as a kid? Like, what were your influences? Like, were you a nerdy type, into comics, into video games, into something else? Like, will you be watching Moon Knight today? Like, what kind of person were you?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah. No. Like, well, to answer half of your, I was the kid that I had ADHD, as they said. So that's. I got into Taekwondo, but so I was the rambunctious, wild. I was the I don't know how to put it. I was the sensitive class clown. So I would do stuff to make the class laugh, but when the teacher got upset, I'd be like, no, hey, I'm sorry, Miss, no, I saw you giggle, Miss Appletree. I saw you, I saw you giggle.
Uh-huh.
But Yeah, like yeah, into comics, into everything, video games, all of that. You know what I mean? Into I had a again, Ben. I've known this man since kindergarten. Him being like him. Every Friday we come over, Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, snowboard kids. You know what I mean? Like we do it up. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was the thing too. I did notice like with amongst my friends, I would always be the one to like we would clown each other all day. But if you clowned anybody in my circle, yo, hey man, hey, he's my punching bag today. Or I'm his punching bag today. You can't be that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like honestly, again, that circle as a child, and then my parents and whatnot. My dad being as strict as he was, not to put it like that, but learning from him to be like, okay, I see how he was. Let me take the good and all the positives. Let me take those from it. The strict stuff, I was like, I didn't need all that. I didn't need all that. You know what I mean? We as I'll say as men and whatnot, we have to break that vicious cycle of of it's a whooping, and that's the way you explain. No, you know what I mean. So I do it completely different with my kids because I know the whoopings didn't do anything for me. It just made me want to go back and do like more stuff. You know what I mean? So so me like I have greatest relationship with my kids now just because I talk to them. I don't like I don't think I think I've had to pop my daughter like once because she was trying to steal some candy. And I was like, "Hey, we don't do that." Foul, slap it out your hand, But yeah, man, just breaking quote unquote generational curses has helped me become that happier person. You know what I mean? So me as a child, learning from that, well, not to say, oh God, my childhood was no. I had a great childhood. You know what I mean? Like we were middle class family. Like that's another thing too. People like, oh, you got to struggle to be a fighter. Nah, we didn't struggle. Like you know what I mean? Like we had all the consoles and everything. You know what I mean? We weren't spoiled or anything. Now we had to do something to get our rewards, you know what I mean, type thing, you know what I mean? So Taekwondo, he would win a tournament, boom. Next thing you know, he got Star Fox. I was like, okay, I got to see what's going on here. So that's what's going on. So, but yeah, like childhood was great, man. Like never really, kids always want. I never really wanted for anything, you know what I mean? Everything was provided. I had friends, everything really, really around, and I did find myself always wanting to be the person like if they didn't have, let me help out, you know what I mean, type person, you know what I mean? So just carrying that over in life has helped me out. I have as they say, never want to burn a bridge. I don't think I can cross almost any bridge that I've ever, linked up with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Just because I've always looked at that as you never know, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, no, like, just happy kid, man. I can't complain.
All right. So 3 favorite comic characters. It doesn't have to be only Marvel. It doesn't only have to be DC. It could be independent. 3 favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, this is tough. Usually, like, well, see, no, I was just doing Eternals just because I like the movie.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went back and read more than the comics, but I've been looking actually into Maestro Hulk.
Okay. Yes. It's a good one.
I've been looking at that because I like to try to comic book wise what they might be doing in the MCU. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, all right. And they keep talking about they caught Ruffalo with a little what's it called? The little hatchel, like little hitchhiking bag, and like they said the way he looked a lot older and rougher, and I was like, are they gonna bring? You know what I mean? And then where they're heading with the Young Avengers. They could bring in,
Yep.
Oh my God, why can't I think of his son's name right now? No, actually, it wouldn't be his son. It would be Adam and Troy with. But we'll go Maestro Hulk. Omega Red. Actually, I've been looking a lot into him.
That's a good one.
Wow, and I don't know if that's because of the whole Deadpool aspect. I hope wasn't he supposed like he was technically in Deadpool 2, right? Like they did the little, if you missed it, he was right here, like sitting down technically. There was like a kind of pale blonde. I was like, yeah. But he looked too skinny, jacked up. And who would be a good third? Ooh, shoot. I've been actually looking at the Shuri Black Panther. That's another one that I was looking at. Never really followed it when she became Black Panther or whatever. But but yeah, the game actually had me looking into it. Like they did something on the game to where like he had gave her the mantle, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna try to do this. And I don't know if you've heard. I think it's called New Rockstars. That Eric Voss guy.
I don't know that one.
If you ever get a chance, like he breaks down a lot of the Marvel films and stuff, and finds the Easter eggs and stuff. And he was saying some stuff about, but apparently she keeps breaking her arm on set and then having.
I've heard that.
Problems and all this other stuff. So it's like, all right, look, doggone it. I hope they don't do the whole Killmonger. Oh, he came back through the Spider-Man wish, and but yeah, no, those would be my three I'm into right now. But literally, it'll by Friday, I'll be like, oh yeah, oh my God, Master and Professor X, and
I will go into the Black Panther. I've heard rumors it might be M'Baku, like maybe he might be the Black Panther. So I'm cool with that. But we're having too much fun. We got to talk business. We got to talk this fight coming up and stuff like that. I know. So let's talk. About your opponent on the 16th, Martin Buday. I guess that's how you say his name. I'm not really sure. But after facing an established name in Ben Rothwell, John Vellante, like we talked about in your first two UFC fights, you get a newcomer. Not as quite as established a name. When they came to you with him as an opponent, were you at all familiar? Or did you kind of have to do a little research on like who's this guy they want me to fight?
Yeah, well, actually, his fight to get into the UFC, he beat one of my old training partners. So I caught that fight, and I was like, "Okay, Lorenzo, let's go." Bringing him. So I was like, yeah, that fight was I could tell that wasn't Lorenzo though. Like Lorenzo was that was like 5, 5 maybe 5.5 Lorenzo. I've never seen him before. You know what I mean? Like he's normally great with the stand up, and then like he has trouble on the ground. You know what I mean? Like off the cage and stuff like that. I don't know if that Vegas weather. I mean, that Vegas weather is something different. I'll tell you what, that altitude out there. I don't know if it was that or what, but yeah, that was the first time I actually saw him. And then right around that time, I had got offered Ike. Oh God, what was the guy's name? Ike something. But he got hurt. He's normally a 205er.
Oh, Villanueva.
And yeah. There you go. Yes, I offered him. And he had fought at heavyweight before or whatever. So I was actually kind of injured or whatever, but we still were going to take it because of his fighting style. His fighting style was perfect, just stand-up war. You know what I mean? Like, and worst case, I knew I had the wrestling over him because his wrestling just wasn't there. After watching a couple of his fights, I was like, take him down. You ain't even going to try to take him down. You're not even going to start. But yeah. Well, that was like, it was going to be January, I think like 18th or 15th or something like that. He ended up having to back out. So I was like, all right, fine, whatever. I'm just going to heal my knee up. I got offered the guy who just fought Arlovsky. Arlovsky just beat him.
Oh, I forgot.
Heavyweight.
Yeah. We ended up getting offered him, but, I let them know. I was like, look, I kind of got this injury. Give me a day or two, get this. Either, I'll let y'all know. They were like, all right, we'll give you a day or two. But then Arlovsky, I guess, reached out to them and was like, yo, give me him. And he was like, I can't turn down that. Arlovsky called me out. So, yeah, of course I'm going to take it, So I ended up taking that fight. I think he ended up losing. Arlovsky still got that juice somehow, man. It's crazy. That is wild. But, yeah, so ended up transpiring. So apparently they had thrown my name to Buday, and they had mentioned it to me. But I was like, hey, guys, y'all give me enough time, line whoever up. And they were like, all right, cool, thanks. They had told him pretty much the confirmation. So he if you go back, they knew about it. I forgot. They knew about it for a while, you know what I mean? And then they were like, oh, shoot, we got to send you the new contract. I was like, oh, yeah, thanks. And then Buday's name was on. Like, I guess I did mention him at some point, but all right, thanks, guys, you know what I mean? We got to sign or whatever. But no, now I've had the chance to actually watch his fights and whatnot, and it's kind of weird. I had the company that he used to fight for reach out to me as a commentator
on their show, and I was like, they're trying to set me up, man. Wait a minute, what's going on here? But yeah, no, he's it's funny you mentioned Ben Rothwell. That's how we're looking at him. He's like a young Ben Rothwell if you really look at him, the way he fights and everything. Big, athletic, supposed to be a ground guy, right? The brown belt, but they finish more fights standing up. You know, jiu-jitsu wise, same type of tier. You know what I mean? Height, same damn height. Has to cut down to 265. It's literally young Ben Rothwell. So that's also put a spark under my butt because I'm not losing a rematch. And you know what I mean? Not to say I'm not looking at him like that, but I'm looking at him, Ben Rothwell, young Ben Rothwell. Like, you know, like not on the drugs, Ben Rothwell, because Martin Boudet's got good cardio. He's got everything, you know what I'm saying? So
you know, you going back to the fight coming up now, you had, you know, and going back to Ben Rothwell, you had this really proven opponent in your first debut. Hell of a tough debut to have. Then you get another guy who's established in John Vellante, beat him and stuff like that. Going into this fight, is there... I mean, I would guess no, just because of your personality and stuff like that, glass half full. But is there at all an extra pressure? Because when it comes to this level, you know, it's all about momentum. And not just momentum in status, but momentum with fans. If you want to get momentum, you want to get 2 wins in a row, you want to have that. Do you feel, now that you've gotten that UFC win, you want to get another one, get that hype train going? Is there any extra stress to get that next win? Or it's the same just because it's a UFC fight and it's the next fight?
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean, like hype train wise, building up. But see, I feel like I'm not looking to shoot to the top. Like, now, if the fights come, trust me, I'm not gonna, no, I would never win a fight. No, by all means, I'm definitely gonna take those fights. But the way I fight, there's never gonna be a reason not to watch me. You like, you know, not to toot my own horn or anything, but like they'll end up shooting me up because they're just not going to have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Bam Bam. Bam Bam knocking folks out again left and right, and boom, he's top 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. Like, I don't care who it is in front of me. I know what I can do. Like, you know what I mean? And then especially after this camp, at first we were kind of just cool with being here. You know what I mean? Not going to lie. You know, I've been quoted in interviews. I was like, yo, I'm fine with my lawn chair, watching you guys kill each other. Now I'm getting up that lawn chair and I'm sneaking around. I'm letting them still kill themselves, but I'm taking my own path. They want to take that lane, we'll take it this way. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, yeah, man, like, I feel really, really, really good, you know, and just more or less the promotion that they're going to give you fights. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, I technically could have fought almost 3 times already, you know, so they're going to offer you fights left and right. Hopefully I get another one around July. That'll be perfect. That's the International Fight Week. But they're going to offer fights, bro. So as long as you're willing to take them and you go out there and put on the show, it really doesn't matter what name you go up against. Because if you're going to go out there and do something spectacular, boom, you know what I mean? It's cool that, not to say cool, but it was nice that I did that to a guy in Jalan Vellante's status. But even if I did it to a Martin Boudet, people would still be going nuts. You know what I mean? Like, it's just to see, you know. But yeah, no, man. Yeah, we're gunning, but we're also crawling because we understand you got to crawl before you walk. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, to wrap it up, just about your connection with fighting in Japan. You've had a lot of experience, and not just Japan, but just fighting in Asia in general, which is pretty uncommon now for American fighters in like a post-Pride FC world. Talk to me about your travels in fighting for Road FC, Risen, IGF. Like, what made you keep making those really long trips out there to the East and for events? And like, what were some of the biggest standout moments in those journeys out as far as you can go on this planet?
What made me keep going out there, man? The flights were the first 3 times I was like, oh man, this is great. Oh, I get to watch all these movies. I get to woo.
Yeah.
But like I had to learn sleep deprivation was real. I was always like, man, I stay up all night anyways. Oh no. Man, that stuff hit so hard. It's like, oh my goodness. It got to the point to where I would tell them, just fly me out almost day of weigh-ins. Like, you know what I mean? Wow. Like, because to be awake, and like I'm not going to be able to sleep. So instead of being up for 5 days, just let me be up for 2. You know what I mean? Like, and you could tell the difference when I would fly out there only for the 48 hours of staying up instead of the however many 5 days is, you know. So it was that part was cool at first, and then it just got to the point to where, like, I've seen all these movies, like, you know, every once in a while they would put like a random movie on there, and I'd watch it like twice, you know, time following. But yeah, man, just the Asian fans, I'll say it was completely different, man. Like, for instance, fighting in Madison Square, like when we weren't doing anything, you heard the lull and you heard the boo and the random like me and at one point me and Volante looked at each other and were like, who is Brandon? Now I looked at him and I said, I thought that was your middle or something. Like I was like, I didn't know what was going on, you know. But in Asia, you don't get that at all. You get the complete silence, which is almost scary. And you're like, are y'all hear him? Hello, you know. So when you do something, like it can be a takedown, it can be whatever. Oh, and then it's just
wow. And
then I on the ground instead of good old America. Get up! Stop humping them. What was it? Do the twist. Like none of that craziness. You hear, wow, oh man, like, you know. So that aspect was crazy at first, but then you learn to appreciate it because they actually are full on appreciating the martial arts aspect of it. You know what I mean? Not the brutality of it or whatever. They're just appreciating the martial arts aspect of it. One of my big favorite moments is I need to get this picture framed, but it's me standing behind Fedor.
I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, that was at the Nokia. I was actually I was there that night. What was it? It was Crow Cop's crew, and oh my God, what was it? It was the I forgot what it was, like one of the wrestling groups or whatever. Mm-hmm. They went around to push Crow Cop and the whole ring. It looked like a Royal Rumble with MMA fighters, though. Yeah. So you had in there, you had Vanderlei in there, you had I think Ole was in there, you had all these other heavyweights in there. So I was in there, but I was in my little bear costume, like in the corner, like, oh my God, these guys are crazy. But yeah, like it and that was with the Inoki fights, and that was fun. That was definitely fun fighting for them, fighting in that I think it was like the sumo hall. Like, man, it was crazy. Like, they got mad at me because I was too busy being a fan. I was like, oh man, you got to be kidding me. They have the pictures of Ali when he fought Inoki.
Oh wow.
Like, they're out there calling my name. I'm like, oh man, look at this, man. That's Muhammad Ali for real. Like, you know, so I got in trouble for leaving the arena a lot too. You know, somewhere in Japan, and I'm not going to explain.
Yeah,
I was playing heavy. I was playing Pokemon Big. You think I'm not going to get this stuff over here? But yeah, man, that was one of my favorite moments. And then also Rising, being able to fight Baby Fedor, okay. Which told me straight up, they were like, hey, you're going to have to knock him out. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, there's other ways of winning, guys. And they're like, no. I have to knock him out. And I was like, wow. You guys are, no, I'm out. And I was like, oh, okay, but guys, what if I don't? You're going to knock him out. I was like, okay, guys, I got to knock him out. But seeing Fedor, like, talking to him, and that was who-wee, you know. Yeah. Nerves in that fight. That's one of the most fights I ever felt nervous because I've idolized Fedor. Same bad body build. You know, we all like that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? So to see like Gabby in real life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then her, like, she could feel my aura of like, man. Oh, I don't know why, but I got a crush on this girl or something. She was like, Chris, come here. Oh my God! I was like, girl, you better stop. We're gonna make a meeting here. You better stop. But just being around all those top guys, being around the Crow Cops, seeing how they carried themselves, especially in Japan and whatnot. And then what was cool was by my 4th or 5th time being over there, I started getting that same kind of love. Like, they were like, oh, Huggy Bear, oh, Huggy Kuma, oh my God, yeah. You know, and then they loved the fact that I was open to, because I guess a lot of fighters go over there, hey, don't touch me, get away from me, get away from me. Now, but you know what our sense of touch is and allowed and stuff here, a little different there. I had to hey, watch out. Hey, stop now. I'm rubbing my shoulders, dude. Hey, watch out, man. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just all great, but it's all love. Like, it got to the point to where, I don't know, it's me going through whatever in life, but I thought they were trying to set me up. They were so nice. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
Yeah, I know.